My question to you is, if you are suffering in your life, if you feel like you're stuck, if there's something that you're just trying to push towards and you just don't seem to be moving anywhere, then is it time to surrender? Is it time to let go of the piece of you that's holding you back from where you want to be? You know, it's very easy to say that, especially when we feel so strongly about something that we want to do, or perhaps where we want to be. Perhaps there's something we're looking for in our lives and it's just not becoming apparent. What we have to do when this rises up is recognize that what is stopping us from stepping into this is all of our resistance on our old wounds, our old patterns that are playing up in our lives, even our identity, our self-perceived identity, which is stopping us from stepping into that space of what we actually want, right? So let me give you an example. I'm after a new job, right? I'm done with all this spiritual woo-woo stuff. I'm looking for a job in accountancy, okay? And everything I do, the jobs I look for online, I can't even seem to get any interviews for them. Now, this is a very weird example. Now, what I don't realize is that my resistance to that is coming up, that's stopping me from stepping into this job, right? It could be coming up in different ways. For one, my emotional self, right, can very much be in the way of me seeing the opportunities that are being planted before me. So if I'm feeling frustrated, if I'm feeling angry about my current situation, then I'm going to I'm not going to allow myself to see what is being given. And ultimately, if I do feel angry and I do feel emotionally charged towards the situation that I'm in, I'm not actually looking at the situation I'm in from the present, okay? Because I'm ultimately linking my emotional state with my thoughts, linking to old patterns, perhaps about not being good enough, perhaps about thinking that I don't have the right credentials for this job. I have no want to work in, I can't remember what I said, accountancy or computing, I can't remember now. I got no want for that. But if I did, perhaps those things would flare up. But then through that emotional charge and through linking the emotions to your thought cycles, you're not actually living within the present moment of what you can perceive around you. You are flitting between the past and the future, right? The future of where you think you want to be, and an anger towards yourself of the part of you that can't actually achieve it, and anger towards your environment that can't give you what you want, supposedly. And then you're also looking towards the past for the old patterns that might be playing up that are stopping you. Again, that idea of the lack of self-worth or whatever it is. So you have to be able to surrender all of that. You have to be able to surrender and let go of the emotions, the thoughts that are holding you in this negatively charged environment. If you struggle with anxiety or even depression, both of those are projecting yourself or your sense of self into different states rather than allowing yourself to feel and experience what is coming up in the present. So if you, perhaps you might not even have a direction of where you want to be. Perhaps it's just allowing yourself to heal, right? And you are sick of being anxious. You're sick of being depressed. But the parts of you that have created this situation unconsciously, again, looking at old patterns in your life, old emotions, old woundings that no longer serve you, but some part of you unconsciously is not willing to let go of it. So if you're anxious, you are likely to project a state of being into the future of which is helping to fuel this state of anxiety. And if you're depressed, again, I'm not saying that this is set in stone, but likely you are holding on to past events which you are not able to process in your body. So all those emotions and thought patterns are there that are holding you in a state of being, but your emotions might not actually be present in your life as you might want them to be. And I'm speaking from having past depression, not dramatic depression, but enough to be able to speak about it, and anxiety, which I still get at certain points. And to speak on that point, my anxiety, when it does rise, it's more of a body anxiety which I am able to become aware of. I might not be able to note where it's come from. And, I know that there's a part of me that is projecting into a potential future, and perhaps I'm creating the anxiety over basically not allowing myself to stay in the present long enough. But when that anxiety becomes present, I am grateful to have an awareness to be able to witness the anxiety for what it is, and know that that's what it is. It is charged emotion, charged energy, which is sitting within the body. And it's up to me to be able to surrender to that process, to do breath work, and to stay as much as possible within that state of present awareness, to be able to release it. And sometimes it takes time, and sometimes it is a real struggle. But ultimately, it is that ability to surrender to what wants to be released and to what wants to come your way. Life is here for you. The universe, the divine, God, source, energy, the greater power outside of yourself and within is here to help you. But not to help you within the sense of your own state of self-identification, of your ego, right? You might think that you want to work as a job in computing, right? And perhaps that's because you've built up a romanticized idea of what that would be like. Perhaps part of your identity and your ego feels like that's an easy way out of the work that you are here to do that will truly bring you joy. When you allow yourself to surrender to the process, life will push and provide what you want if your intention is strong enough, if your emotions and your thoughts aren't mixed up within your intention, which is just what stops us from manifesting our reality. But ultimately, the divine has a bigger plan for us. And sometimes through that work of surrendering and allowing it to move through us, we will instantly realize that that's not what we want. And through releasing and surrendering what didn't serve us, we start to step into our real truth. And that's what we truly want. And we can start to see that perhaps the path that we thought of and that our egoic self thought would be good for us isn't actually serving us. But equally at the same time, you're not going to find out what is in store for you until you do that work to surrender. So all I would say for this is to find a style of, I was going to say a style of breath work, but allowing yourself to reconnect with your breath. Okay, and this can be doing something as simple as breathing in for a count of 4, breathing out for a count of 6, in through the nose and either out through the nose or the mouth. Okay, and as you're doing that, hold the intention of within your mind of allowing yourself to let go of anything that's within your mind, anything that's not serving you, your emotions, your thoughts, your projections into the past or the future, and just allowing yourself as much as possible to become the witness of your experience, to follow the breath. And of course, I'm talking about a meditative process, basically. Meditation in whatever form is what allows us to come back to the truth of who we are. That is the greatest gift that I can give you, really, is to allow yourself to do the work to come back to your own truth. Because it is only there that we get the clarity, we get the insight, we get the inspiration, we get the love, we get the creativity to move forwards onto a path that is right and true for you. What else would I suggest? If you're feeling stuck, it's just, again, it's building that presence in your body, okay? And when we're stuck in life, it's so easy to get caught in our minds, okay? And then because we're just projecting, we're projecting to the past, to the future, and we're just creating this false sense of reality that is stopping us from witnessing what is there for us, that is being given to us. And instead, if we can come back to the breath, come back to sitting in the body, perhaps doing a nice heart-centered meditation, a body-centered meditation, and just allow yourself to come back to the feelings that you can experience, your sensations that are there for you, and just go deeper into what is present and let go of what you think you want, even if it is what is right for you. It's the only way you're going to allow yourself to receive what is waiting to be received. So I hope that helps you. Surrendering is not an easy process, and it is a constant state of surrender that we have to allow ourselves to embark upon. The word surrender, essentially, that state of being is saying that we have something to give that is not ours. And when we allow ourselves to do the work and to keep surrendering, keep letting go, keep releasing, we start to peel back all the layers that aren't serving us. And we start to get, I'm not even going to use the onion analogy, even that's the only one I can think of right now, but we get to the truth of who we are underneath all the rubbish that we've built up in our lives. So that's it. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day. I've got my new book that I'm releasing. It's The Psychic and the Self. Ebook is on pre-order. It's $1.99. Grab your copy now. And I'm also releasing a community platform. Okay, and it's a cheap platform in which we can get together with like-minded community to build a space in which we can do the work to grow together, to come back to the truth of who we are and allow ourselves to expand not only into our true selves, but also into our sacred selves, our sacred purpose, and move forwards in joy and love. So all the details will be below. Like, subscribe, please leave a comment of anything you want me to add, anything you want me to talk about, and just, any love is much appreciated. Thank you and have a blessed day.